Hey guys, what's going on? It's Mitch, MinecraftMoneyWarsChallengeBajan Canadian here with another showcase, and in this one, it is actually a fan-made map by Come On In, and he goes by Crows over on the Planet Minecraft. I hope that was right. Crows. I hope that's somewhat right. I'm probably butchering it, but anyways, this is a really awesome. I've already flown by, and he probably will notice we changed up the blue shit. There was a bunch of lapis lazuli blocks here, but we changed those to iron because, in conjunction with the glowstone, lapis just is such an eyesore, and Christian hates it, and that Viking, he does what he wants to do. He switched it up to iron with me, so that's the only tweak we made to this map. But otherwise, it is a completely badass single lane capture the wool map. And basically how it works is both teams will flick their little lever. I'm going to go over here now and flick the other one. I'll go through the RGB side of the map. And this is how it works. It is super awesome. So there's a small little delay, as you can see. You grab your minecart. Let's just grab a stack. Nah, I'm not grabbing a stack. Forget that. We'll grab one minecart. You put it down in front of the blue shit. You sit in it. You activate it. It will launch you all the way over. And the way this is set up, you actually should not, in theory, crash into your teammates' minecarts unless you blow really badly. But anyways, this is a very large map. It's much bigger than the other single lane Fields of Glory Capture the Wool. So how it works is you have to ride the roller coaster all the way around and actually use the beds to set your new spawn point, because otherwise it would completely destroy the map and be super unbalanced if you had to ride this every time you died, because the delay in this one is just too great as compared to the other one where the roller coaster is much shorter. So what we're going to do when we eventually play this one multiplayer, which we will because it is amazing, it is insane, is we're not going to use the beds. We're just going to use the home system from Essentials, that plugin, and we're all going to make a rule so you can create your home anywhere in this main building is the rule. As long as your house is within it, it is legitimate, and that's all you got to do. So that's how we're going to operate this map. So see, you crash, you're out of your minecart, blah blah blah, you're in here. So you are Team RGB. Keep that in mind when you're playing so you don't go through areas that say only Team CMY. And the supplies are pretty basic. You've got wood, you've got cobblestone, you have chests here on the main level when you enter that contain tons of arrows as usual. I'm just going to go ahead and use creative to fly around. If you go up a level, you will notice the beds and an enchantment table where you would normally sleep if you weren't using plugins to reset your spawn. However, we are not going to do that because it's just frustrating. There's also some reeds here if you want to invent, or sorry, sugarcane is what they are now, if you want to make some bookcases in the future. More arrows, of course, and then we can go up one more level, and it will be here to some trees and just, I guess, some general more extra resources if you need the wood. And then here we go, CMY Final Wool and the Victory Monument. So the way to win if you're on the other team is you have to get the final wool that's all the way back here, which is going to make this map really exciting for video footage and to play, because to get back here is going to be a huge challenge. It's not going to be like the other map where pushing the wolves is really easy and you can basically win in one big push in one effort. This one's going to take multiple team effort pushes where it's going to be a lot more challenging. And I know some of you guys are thinking, pushes, that's gee. Nah, it's just the way you call it when you're playing the game. None too fancy there, more arrows. And then here's the Victory Monument. Of course, Team RGB is the only one allowed in this area where you go and you put your wool to win. And the other thing that's cool about this map is there's a music player, the Victory music. And what we're going to say, if anyone decides to troll and play music beforehand, they lose. No playing music unless you win. It's cheating otherwise. And then I'm going to go ahead and drop down here and show you guys more of the map. Here is another lip where you can exit when you are on the bedding floor with the enchantment table. Just another little area to walk around and I guess launch arrows down on the enemy. And then there's yet another little lip here on the castle, another little walkway, catwalk. And then if you drop down, this is the entrance to the main base. It is very easy to fortify the way it's set up. There's gravel here, which is super easy to knock out. You can also just fill this up with blocks to cut them off, or use TNT, which there are plenty of TNT locations on this map, including TNT cannons, which is really awesome. And then scare tactics. This is funny. I like this. I'm glad that Kroos decided to include this. Right off the bat, you can get full diamond and a diamond sword, but it has one hit until it all breaks, so you can use it just to freak the other team out and make them think you have full diamond. Just kind of funny, a little extra there. And then on the main bottom floor is all the supplies that you're really going to be interested in, which is iron, coal, so you can smelt the iron, extra wood, so you can make some basic tools and resources off the start, and tons of cobwebs for bow and arrows. Well, bows, I guess you could say, so you can launch the arrows. Because that's the only downside to the other one. Oh, Bocephus is joining. How you doing? Well, that's the only downside to the single lane Fields of Glory, is the fact that there is just not enough cobwebs, so you have to end up killing spiders, which is kind of frustrating. And to be honest with you, I'd rather disable mobs for this kind of a map, which we will do when we play this. I'll go into the server properties and turn mobs off, because they're just kind of a frustration in a map like this. You don't need the mobs to be involved in the combat. And then, I know there's a lot to explain on this map. There's these little extra towers here that are just, I guess, for archers to set up if you wanted to use them. They're just all optional, of course. And if we fly over here to the secondary wall, which is not very fortified for now, if you wanted to fortify it, which I would highly advise for late game play to stop them from coming in so easily, you could just build this up higher or thicker, whichever way you want to go. I'd really and truly suggest higher because thickness is not too important. I guess TNT can break your wall down, but you can patch that up relatively easily if you wanted to. And this is what makes this map truly interesting, is rather than having the main bridge already there, there's two little areas that you have to bridge across yourself. You have to build the bridge, and this one on each side is super different and then unique. The way it works is there's this water area here where you can't see the water now, it's covered in bedrock, but if each team, here you can see it dripping, there we go, if each team decides to use this lever, which is optional, or I guess you can invade the other team's base and activate it, it's a permanent effect. You can read the signs here, it's optional, it'll harm the progress of enemy at the price of your own progress. It's the Water-O-Matic 3000, single use only, so when you flick yours, nothing happens. Both teams, let me fly all the way over, I wish I was using some kind of a speed hack like Christian has, his Viking adrenaline he calls it, when he needs to get a little speed boost. So if both teams, when I finally get there, decide to activate the Water-O-Matic, what you'll see will happen is that will be filled up with water, which I guess you can consider that impeding the progress, but at the same time I don't really think it has too much of an effect. I think it's just a cool way to bridge across because the water will allow you to jump through it. It will slow you down, but it will make you cross relatively easily because you don't have to build a bridge and there's no way they can ruin the water. Hold on, I'm almost at the switch. We're almost there. Here we go. So when I activate this, boom, both teams will have this giant water system flow down and make a bridge any moment. You can do it. I believe in you. I believe. Okay, it doesn't want to work. The heck? Why? Why you gotta do this when I'm showcasing? I swear it works. Oh, I'll flick this one again. Boom. Anything? Ah, there we go. Wait. No. No? Still doesn't want to work? What's going on? Water-O-Matic, work with me. I'll replace you. Let's get another lever in here. Maybe it's just broketed. See if that fixes it. Maybe? Maybe? Well, what's supposed to happen, I'm not sure why it's not working right now, is the water is supposed to flood out and cause this whole entire area here to be full of water, which will potentially slow progress, but I'm not really sure it will, to be honest with you. Not a big issue because you can easily build through the water and put a little roof over your head if you wanted to run across quickly, but it just makes the map interesting and a lot different from other Capture the Wool style maps. And here's another archer tower, and the maps are symmetrical obviously, so I'm just going to keep going from this side. And then here's another bridge. There's no Water-O-Matic for it, so you do have to actually build. And what I've actually just noticed, and I didn't realize this before, is there's this extra walkway along here. Wow, I am really dumb. I probably should have realized this is here before, because it actually will allow a huge different aspect to the gameplay, because it will allow you to build on the outside of the map as well. I think that's what this is there for. I could be wrong. I guess you can decide those rules for yourself if you want to be able to use this lane as well, or if you want to only use the center of the map and count this as part of the void that you're not allowed to enter. And anyways, here's the normal resources when you go down. It's a lot deeper down to get to diamond, which makes it more challenging. You got coal, iron, gold, redstone, more iron, and then diamond finally. And the thing about that makes it interesting is it'll make it a lot more difficult to get the diamonds and the resources because they're located further ahead, whereas on the other map they're located back here, which makes it much more of a greater risk if you want to go for the resources like diamond and stuff. So it's not such a game keen on the diamond armor. It's more based off of teamwork and how you can play the game and strategy, which I like personally. And here it also features some TNT cannons, which is awesome. Let me go ahead and fire these away. Fire in the hole! Fire your cannons! And you can modify these obviously if you want to change the timing of them. Lol, just blowing up them trees. And here's one of where the second wool is located for each team. It's in this well, so you would jump down, boom, and then you would catch the water in theory just before you hit so you don't die. And then to break in, you have to smash all the glass, and only your team's allowed in here. So there's the green wool for RGB. And there's also these reward chests at each place for the world, the prize chests, which aren't as overpowered. Actually, they're just as overpowered. I was about to say they're not as overpowered. They're pretty much the same. The only difference is instead of 2 stacks of arrows, 2 bows, like basically instead of doubling all the armor and weapon supplies, there's only 1 of each, which I guess makes it slightly less OP. But each time you get a wool, or if you win a wool off of a rush, it makes a big impact on the game, which is a good thing because it helps keep the game moving along. And then the third wool is relatively close to that, but not really, because this, to get back up, you have to swim all the way up this water, which is going to take you some time. Really going to take you some serious time to swim all the way up this water, which is going to require your team to be dominating that side of the map, because otherwise people can just jump in the water, punch you out of it, just completely troll you. So that is not going to be an issue, the spacing between the second and first wool. And then the first one that you would find when you're attacking is located here in the little snow biome area, and for this team it is Red's wool where they need to steal it, and then there's also a reward chest down there which has the same exact items. And the benefit to going in these areas is you can't be attacked once you enter, which is very nice, unless they somehow hit you with a lucky arrow, which is unlikely. And then when you're attacking, this is the middle line of the map. This is the grand old castle area. This is the dividing point in the map that splits the 2 teams up, and it's definitely going to be where the game is going to be turned. If you control this middle wall, you'll be able to control the game, is basically what I'm thinking this is going to be. Because this wall is massive, it's made of bedrock, so they cannot destroy it. They can try and break through only the middle area here where the lava is, or by building up and over. So basically, if you can control this, you're in some very, very good shape. However, to be honest with you, I don't think controlling this is going to break the game because of the usage of this side lane, which I believe is supposed to be allowed to be used, because if you couldn't, I don't see why it's here, to be honest with you. So I think that is what counters this big middle fortified wall. But to be honest with you, it's not. I mean, the tide of these games can be shifted so quickly. One little push that takes out even one person guarding this wall can change the entire game. So that's what's awesome about Capture the Wool maps. And that is pretty much it for the showcase and explanation of this map. I'm not sure why the Water-O-Matic is failing me. I'll go flick this switch again and hopefully it'll work, because I did want to show you guys that. It's pretty cool to see. And apart from that, guys, this is Krause's or Crow's or Croz's, his map that he made that is truly epic. It's really, really well done. So thank you for making this map. I appreciate all the fan-made things you guys do. Although this one's not necessarily made just for ASF. Obviously, other people should be playing this because it's just a generally amazing map, to be honest with you. We haven't played it yet, but I guarantee you we're going to play this multiple times because we're going to have a lot of fun with it, as long as the Water-O-Matic decides to work with us. And that is pretty much it. I hope you guys enjoyed. I appreciate the ratings. If this hits 1,000 ratings by the end of the night, I guess we will go ahead and play it definitely this weekend at some point and get some videos up as soon as we can, because this map is just generally awesome. Oh, here comes the Viking. He wants to see what I'm doing in the server. You are in to showcase, not a nerd. No, you. Anyways, that's it, guys. And another thing I should mention quickly that's irrelevant from the showcase, though, is that the Battle Fest that has been taking forever, the 10-part Battle Fest, Christian, who watches that shit? Everybody. Is going to be uploaded tomorrow. Part 8, 9, and 10 I'm going to upload in the morning just to get them finished. It's kind of been dragging on for too long, and that Viking thinks he's the boss. Oh, yeah? You ain't the boss. You're dead. Wait, why is he still flying? The fuck? Fall! He left the game. Troll. So that's it, guys. I appreciate you watching. I appreciate the ratings, and I love you long time. Take care. Have a great day.